My name is Ash. I'm made of paper, which means I tear easily. I burn easily. I crease. I wrinkle. I don't always return to my original shape.
But I still hold words.
When I think about waiting, one memory always comes back. When I was in middle school, I used to walk home alone. Every afternoon, around 4 o'clock, my grandmother would sit on a small rise near the entrance of our neighborhood. She had a cane. She was already old. From far away, I could see her waiting quietly. And when she finally saw me, she would smile. A gentle smile. Then she would slowly stand, lean on her cane, and follow behind me as we walked home. I was tired most days. Sometimes I barely smiled back, but she never seemed disappointed. Just seeing me return was enough. She did this every single day. Back then, I didn't understand it, but now I do. Waiting like that could not have been easy. There were no phones in those days. Some afternoons I came home late, and still she waited. These days, I find myself waiting again. I am writing my doctoral dissertation. For nearly a year, I have been revising the same work again and again. Each time I think I am close to the end, there are more corrections, more changes, more questions. And sometimes the waiting does not remain only in the mind. There are nights when I cannot sleep, days when breathing feels heavy, moments when even food loses its taste. The body begins to carry the weight of uncertainty. What makes waiting hardest is not the effort. It is not knowing when it will end. If someone told me the exact day this would be finished, perhaps the waiting would be easier. But uncertainty makes time feel heavier. The Bible tells a story about another kind of waiting. A man named Joseph once dreamed of a great future, but instead he was betrayed by his own brothers and sold as a slave. Later he was falsely accused and thrown into prison. For years, nothing changed. The doors stayed closed. The days repeated themselves. Joseph helped others. He interpreted dreams, but he did not know when his own story would finally move forward. Until one day, a forgotten conversation was remembered, and suddenly the prison doors opened. Joseph walked out into a future he could never have imagined. But while he was waiting, he did not know that day would come. Waiting rarely feels meaningful when we are inside it. It feels like delay, like doubt, like life has stopped moving. But perhaps waiting has always been part of the human story. My grandmother waited for a child to come home safely. Joseph waited in a prison cell. And now in my own small way, I wait too. Maybe waiting is not empty time. Maybe it is simply the part of the story where the ending has not yet been revealed.